I'm Alex Witt. Let's go right now to David Gura. Take it away.
Alex, thank you very much. Hey, everybody, I'm David Gura at MSNBC headquarters in New York. He is Buckeye State bound. President Trump headed to Ohio today to help Republicans protect a congressional seat that is up for grabs on Tuesday. A seat, I should add, that has not gone blue since Ronald Reagan's first term. Is he ready to talk? After months of negotiations and speculation, we may be just days away from finding out if President Trump will sit down for an interview with special counsel Robert Mueller's team. And paper trail, the potentially damning evidence and testimony against Paul Manafort in the former Trump campaign chairman's trial. Red meat is on the menu tonight in central Ohio. President Trump holds a rally tonight in the 12th Congressional District. He is stumping for the Republican candidate in a special election just a few months before the midterms. We expect the president to do what he does at all these rallies. He's going to try to gin up his base with fresh attacks on the press and on the Russia investigation. At rallies this week, he's called the probe a hoax, but of course, it isn't. Taking Ohio, for example, it is one of the many states targeted by Russian hackers in 2016. Rudy Giuliani tells NBC News he is spending the weekend drafting a response to the latest request from Robert Mueller's team for an interview with the president. Giuliani said he expects to make a decision in days, but we have heard this tale before.
Well, you've said now July 4th is when you expect to have a decision on whether the president will sit for an interview with the special counsel. Why are you dragging it out? Don't you know what you want to do now?
Yeah, sure, I do. I don't want to do it. It seems like you're moving more and more against the idea of the president sitting down with Bob Mueller. That could be true.
When are we going to find out? When are you going to nail this down?
I think maybe this week, maybe next week.
There are also signs investigators are circling around President Trump's longtime friend, Roger Stone. NBC News reporting Robert Mueller's team has interviewed Roger Stone's longtime friend and associate, Kristen Davis, who is known as the Manhattan Madam for a prostitution ring she ran for the rich and the powerful. All that capping off a dizzying week in which top intelligence officials said Russia is still a threat, although they were contradicted by their boss just a few hours later.
You can talk all you want about Russia, which was all a fake news, fabricated deal to try and make up for the loss of the Democrats.
Russia has been the most aggressive foreign actor, no question. And they continue their efforts to undermine our democracy.
Well, I'm going to bring in Ellen Nakashima now. She's a national security reporter for The Washington Post, along with Jay Newton-Small, who is a contributor to Time Magazine, and Katie Rogers, who covers the White House for The New York Times. Ellen, let me